Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where it's once again time to check out the newest releases in the eShop for the Nintendo Switch as we switch it up. Hey everyone, Gary here with Rock Solid Productions. Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. That way, each and every time we do come out with new content, you are kept up to date and get little notifications to let you know when we have new stuff uploaded and when we go live. Switch It Up is all about the new releases each and every week here for the Nintendo Switch. If you haven't seen our two previous episodes, check them out right up there. We have a number of different releases this week, some big ones and some more coming down the pipeline, so let's get started. Traxx is all about basically customization and slot car racing. I was a huge fan of slot cars back in the day, and with this game, it's $14.99 and allows you to choose from 4 different cars that you get to customize. You can play 1 or 2 players, and one of the cool things, as you can see here, you can change your perspective as you're racing on the fly. Overall, Traxx looks like a really fun, unique sort of racing game. I think maybe a little bit expensive at $14.99, but definitely should be something fun. Now, up next is perhaps the 2 biggest releases of the week, and that would be the Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. And with this, it basically is bringing the best of Mega Man to the Nintendo Switch. The original Legacy Collection is $14.99. The Legacy Collection 2 is $19.99. The first one includes the 6 original Mega Man games developed for the NES. One of the cool things is it now has amiibo support on there. You get a lot of different features like a behind-the-scenes museum mode, challenge mode with online leaderboards, a rewind and reverse gameplay feature so you can undo mistakes if you take a tragic jump like you shouldn't have, and Mega Man is known for having many of them. One of the cool things that it has on here too is a turbo CPU mode, so that way you don't have the lag and the bogging like what you had in the original NES. Now, on the second version, it gets you the Super NES versions of Mega Man 7 and 8, plus Mega Man 9 and 10, which were done in the NES-style graphics. With 9 and 10, you also get all the DLC, too. So with Mega Man Legacy Collection, you do get it on the go or available on TV mode. Very cool setup here. The museum mode is pretty awesome as well. For any fan of Mega Man, the Legacy Collection and Legacy Collection 2, it's pretty much a must-own and download. And again, you can unlock additional challenges with the Mega Man amiibo figure. $14.99 for the Legacy Collection 1 and $19.99 for Legacy Collection 2. I think it's interesting. They're charging more with the Legacy Collection with fewer games. You get 6 games for $14.99 or 4 games for $19.99. Yes, you get better visuals on the one for $19.99, but kind of odd there. Up next, we have Runner 3, which is $25.49, and you do get 128 Nintendo eShop coins. And this is a 1-player game that kind of reminds me a little bit of Little Big Planet. This is basically a follow-up to Bit Trip Runner and Runner 2, and this time the Trimbletrot is determined to rid the multiverse of all its love and happiness, but Commander Video, a lover if ever there was one, refuses to let this happen. He's ready to jump, double jump, wall jump, slide, kick, float, fly, drive, and dance his way to victory. Now with this, you do get a hero quest with oddball characters that will need your help, a ton of different vehicles as well. You get different cars and whatnot, different paths that you can follow. Retro challenges, which has been a tradition in the Runner games, an item shop where you can go ahead and spend your hard-earned guildens and gems on costumes, capes, accessories, and more. You get new playable characters, and one of the neat things on here too is Charles Martinet. You might also know him as this guy.
It's me,
That's Mario. Right, the voice of Mario appears in here to be the narrator of the game. $25.49 for this, and you do get 128 Nintendo eShop coins. Now on the 22nd, we do have Disco Dodgeball Remix, and This is really a neat, colorful looking game. It's $11.99 and offers 1 or 2 player local or 1 to 8 player multiplayer online gameplay. In a lot of ways, the graphics remind me of like a Tron with all the neon 80s style looks and everything to it. It's Dodgeball as you remember it, but you have a variety of different mazes that you can go through. It's almost like, you know, those of you who have gone recently to do any sort of laser tag. It kind of reminds me of that. You get silly robots. You have an opportunity for a whole lot of fun in this one here. It is, like I mentioned, multiplayer, 1 to 2 player locally, 1 to 8 player online, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. Pretty cool little title. N++ is basically the follow-up to N+. It's $14.99, comes out on the 24th. In this game, you can compete on up to 4,340 handmade levels, and you use your momentum to kind of go through and navigate the different levels that we have on here. There are custom levels and a level editor, and you can play 1 to 4 player locally. This indie platformer is, you know, one of those types of games where you just immerse yourself in silly fun, and you're going to die a whole lot. Everybody dies. It's a matter of how you get back up and keep moving. N++ coming on the 24th, and this one is again $14.99. Zenbound 2 is coming on the 24th, $14.99, no Nintendo coins on this one. This one is kind of odd. They're marketing it as a more relaxing, Zen type experience as you play. It's very down-tempo, relaxing puzzler, and it uses the Joy-Con motion controls to navigate through 100 different levels as basically what you're trying to do. And you can see on screen here is you use the rope to paint whatever structure you're working on here. Very unique sort of gameplay. A little bit of like a Splatoon effect as the paint splatters on the different items on here. One of the cool things on it too is it does have 5.1 surround sound too, to give you just a really cool auditory experience along with just the chill physics of the game too. And this one is available for, like I mentioned, $14.99. Now, Zenbound 2, it is coming out on the 24th. No Nintendo eShop coins for that $14.99. But it's one of the first games that I can remember for the Switch that kind of brings back some of the motion controls that we had with the Wii and the Wii U with the Wii remote. So pretty neat there. Now, this next one is an arcade classic called Ikki, I-K-K-I. And this was originally a 1985 Sunsoft release in the arcade. And what you do is you control a grambe of farmers, I have no idea what that is, to raid the enemy's farms to try to get as much rice as you possibly can. Now, this is $7.99, and one of the interesting things about it is any dialogue that's in it, it is Japanese only, so something to keep in mind there. But very stylized 1980s arcade style game that you have here. Discovery comes out on the 24th at $7.99, and the best I can say about it, it's a Minecraft clone. Basically, it does have a couple additional features to it, however, where you can have up to 4 player split screen locally. There's 250 different materials that you can work with in your worlds as you're crafting, and you can customize your blocks with up to 16 different colors to really give you a unique sort of perspective. If you're into Minecraft and you don't want to spend as much on Minecraft, for $8.99, Discovery may not be a bad, well, discovery in the eShop for you. Escape game Aloha is $5.99, comes out on the 24th, and quite honestly, it reminds me of a children's version of escape rooms that have become very popular recently. This one here, it is a one-player adventure puzzler that it's designed for really, like I say, younger kids is the way that I look at it. You have cute animals that you get to interact here. You can see the sea otter. He's one of these things, is not like the otter. You find items hidden around the room and you use them to solve puzzles and open to exit the room. You move your cursor around to search if you sense something, solve puzzles and get items, select and examine items to help you proceed to the next stage, and you can also check for clues in the menu if you are stuck. For $5.99, probably a decent game for the younger audience out there. Now, We have another NeoGeo game coming out this week. NeoGeo Top Players Golf is $7.99, and you have 3 different types of gameplay: stroke, match, and Nassar, which I'll admit I'm honestly not familiar with. You do have 2 courses that you can play on, and you can play with 1 or 2 players on here. Very traditional golf game. It looks like top-down sort of view, but pretty much all of the NeoGeo type games have been pretty accurate to what the originals were. Next is probably the hardest pronounced game of the week. Baobabs Mausoleum Episode 1, Ovnifagos Don't Eat. Don't eat what? Tell me, what don't they? It cut off the name. Don't Eat Flamingos. It's $5.99 and comes out on the 24th. And this is very much a point-and-click JRPG adventure game designed for 1 player. Here you can see with the dialogue boxes and whatnot, very much that JRPG feel. You build your crew out. You have Daphne, Ellis, a number of other characters that will join as you go. What was that snail doing? That looked dirty. You also have a little bit of a first-person view in some of the sections as well. And basically you are in the town of Flamingo Creek, and it only appears once every 25 years on Albatross Road, a neighborhood that only appears in your nightmares. You are an FBI agent, Patricio Walpurgis, and this is his adventure trying to escape from the eerie and gooey village. You're going to meet different strangers and paranoid inhabitants, break up your brain to solve puzzles in a most hilarious and surrealistic situation, defeat the Wendigo, get mad with cosmic laser chickens, escape from monsters that went out by the night to search UFOs to eat, and discover thousands of different secrets. One of the weird things on here is Patricio is a vampire eggplant. Someone was doing a whole lot of drugs with this one here, but $5.99 comes out on the 24th. It is 1 player. This $14.99 game is 1 player, and it's a fighter with RPG and tycoon elements as you try to find out who killed your father. You level up your fighter as you go. You try to get him stronger so you can battle more and more stronger enemies here in the ring. But not only are you going to battle human opponents, you're also going to fight alligators. As you level up your fighter, you will get rewards from money to hit points to what have you to level your character up as you go and try to find out who killed your father in this game. Kind of unique setup. You know, when I initially saw it, like I mentioned, I thought it was a side-scrolling beat-em-up, almost like a Double Dragon sort of game. But Punch Club is not. It's more of an RPG with tycoon elements like this. I mean, it's the best way that I can describe it. And this is $14.99 coming out on the 24th for 1 player. Second to last this week is we do have Dungeon Rushers. Over the course of your epic quest, you're going to explore many different dungeons and loot their guarded treasures. You build your own team by choosing the best hero combinations to overcome traps and monsters looking all around the shadows. You'll upgrade your skills of your heroes to make them even more fearsome and place them strategically to make sure that you win fight after fight. You'll craft your own equipment with components gathered during your journey thanks to an advanced system consisting of 6 different craftsmen. Complete dungeons and their bonus challenges to unlock the heroic difficulty where only the best can make their way to the treasure. The campaign mode is full of humor with various sound and graphic environments. You get an interactive exploration system, revised turn-based fights with a hint of nostalgia, advanced team management where you have to manage equipment, skills, upgrades, and fight positioning, you know, your traditional RPG type of situations. You have a wide variety of skills to use from scouting, healing, dodge, trap, deactivation, monster stalking, a whole lot there. And a crafting system that features many recipes to unlock with a high replay value with a heroic difficulty for each dungeon. And of course you get an epic soundtrack on here too. If you're into RPGs, definitely one you're going to want to look at. $14.99 comes out on the 25th, and you do get 75 eShop coins. Finally, you have Antimime, which is $8.99, and this is a twin-stick shooter. It almost reminds me of like a Smash TV, just from the layout of it and everything. For $8.99, it's fast with tons of enemies that you get to fight. You can mod your weapons. It has an adaptive gameplay characteristic to it too, with end boss battles. So as you fight, the game learns your strategies and will try to take you down round after round, level after level. So that is Antomine, and it is $8.99. You do earn 45 coins, and that will be available on the 25th. It is rated E for everyone. And that pretty much wraps it up for the new releases ending on May the 28th. On the 29th, we'll talk about it in the next episode, but we do have the Street Fighter Anniversary Edition coming, Harvest Moon, Light of Hope, Knights of Pen and Paper come out the 29th. There's a lot coming out. Harvest Moon, there's a bundle coming out too, Legend of K. Ikaruga is coming out on the 29th. So a lot to be excited for. Don't forget my tip and trick for purchasing eShop funds. Don't buy it right through your system. Go to Target or go to Sam's Club. And with Sam's Club, they have the cards just discounted right there where you can buy. At Target, if you use your Target debit or credit card, you'll actually save 5% on your purchase, including gift cards. So that is something that is eligible for you there. So that is this week's Nintendo eShop releases. A lot of cool stuff coming. Now make sure, if you want, my friend code is right there, SW421468548701. That ugly guy up there, that's me. That's my Switch code. Go ahead, send me a request. Pretty much we'll add just about anybody on there. If you do have any comments or questions about anything that you've seen here today, if you have suggestions that you'd like to make, you know, I've had some devs reach out to us recently. If you want to provide some demo codes that we can share with our audience out there and actually do some reviews for you as well of your independent games, please, as always, feel free to email me at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can also hit me up on our Twitter channel at RockSolidStudios or over on Facebook at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. Now, as you notice here, we've got some new merch, some new shirts. Check out our Teespring store where we've tried to keep the prices low. If you want to support the channel by picking up a shirt, sweatshirt, t-shirt, what have you, you can do that. We will have the information down below for you too. And as always, if you want to support the channel, make sure that you go ahead and visit our Patreon channel at patreon.com/rocksolid. For as little as $1 a month, you get early access to all of our video content, exclusive content as well, one-on-one conversations with me, and it does help the future of the channel. You can also donate via our PayPal and Streamlabs links, both of which are down in the more info section as well. Finally, like I mentioned at the top, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. That way, each and every week, if you are interested in the Nintendo Switch, you get a notification when Switch It Up goes live, so you can see what's coming out for that week. So this has been this week's releases in the Nintendo eShop. I've been Gary with Rock Solid Productions. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where it's once again time to switch it up and check out the new releases coming to the Nintendo eShop for the Nintendo Switch. And that's far too many Nintendos in one open, and I'm missing a light. Although I thought it looked okay, so I'll try just this. Welcome to Rock Solid Productions, where it is once a time. The levels that we have on here. There are custom levels, and now this is perhaps the strangest game of the week. This is Baobabs Mausoleum Episode 1 of I can't even say it.